Hi and welcome. My name is Tulin and I'm the co-founder of Productivity Me. In this video, we're going to look at using the escape key so that we can cancel any changes that we've made while editing a cell. So with that, let's get started. I'm going to open up Excel by pressing Windows 3. Because Excel is currently launched, I can select the individual window that I want to use and then open it in that way. In the last video, we looked at the idea of using the F2 function key. By pressing the F2 function key, we can automatically jump in to a cell and then change the contents. So we could maybe say South America, hit enter and change the contents of that cell. Now, earlier in the course, we've talked at different variations of why you might want to use the escape key. We've actually looked at if and when we're making changes within a cell and we press the escape key, it would change or it would cancel any of those changes. But as we've done with other topics in this course, we want to have each individual idea separated so that you can have a very formal understanding of each aspect of Excel and each keyboard shortcut as it corresponds to something like canceling an entry when editing in a specific cell. So we're going to formally cover the keyboard shortcut of escape while editing a cell in this video. If you want to move on to the next video, go ahead. I will not have my feelings hurt if you choose to skip this video. But for those of you continuing in this video, if and when we press the F2 function key and we maybe make some changes, maybe this would be of the Pacific. If we press the enter key, it would make those changes permanent. If we were to press the tab key, the shift tab key, the shift enter or control enter combinations, it would make those changes permanent, or rather it would apply those changes. But there are going to be occasions where you're typing something, maybe booksellers of North America, and you decide that you don't want those changes to be applied. If you don't want them to be applied, it's pretty easy. You could just press the escape key. Pressing the escape key once when you are in a specific cell in the cell editing mode would exit out of that and cancel any changes that you had. So if I were to say, select all of this and I could call it maybe Movies in America. But I decide that's not a great title. I like the title that I had before. Rather than press enter, I would just press escape and it would not apply those changes, and thus we would revert back to what was originally in the cell, that of International Booksellers of the Pacific. So pretty straightforward keyboard shortcut. If you want to enter the information, we'll call it International People, and we press enter, those changes are applied. However, if we decide that we don't want that to be applied, maybe we just mistype something, or like, oh man, we could go ahead and delete that and then retype it, or we could just start over from scratch, hit escape, exit out of those changes, and then press F2, International People's Book Company. Of course, maybe you'd want to come up with a better title for a company than International People's Book Company, but if you wanted to make changes, one way to do that would be to use the F2 key, and then if and when you mistype or decide that you don't want to apply the changes that you've currently started to make within the contents of a cell, you would press the escape key. So with that, in our next video, we'll look at using one of 2 or 3 uses of the Shift F2 keyboard combination. Pressing Shift F2 in a cell would generally create a new comment. So we'll look at how to very quickly create new comments within cells by using the keyboard shortcut Shift F2. So join us for that in the next video, and we'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching.